Welcome back, third graders. This week we are working on Lesson 3, Reading About Time and Sequence. This topic focuses on Standard RI3, which is describing the relationship between a series of events in historical text and identifying and using words that signal time, order, or sequence. Before we begin, let's review our terms for the week. They are sequence, relationships, and historical. Throughout today's lesson, please be watchful of these terms. Also, be on the lookout for our sequence time terms, such as first, next, last, and finally. Remember also that many times, rather than using these terms, an author will use a date to signify an event. I know this is a lot to remember, boys and girls, but you guys are so smart, and I know you can do this. Let's get started. Today we will read a biography about someone who explored the West. Remember, the genre of biography means that we're going to read about someone's life. First, you will read to understand the events in the biography. Then you will read to recognize how these events are related. Boys and girls, we have another map today. Why do you think the author gave us another map? Although it is a map from 200 years ago, there is a specific reason that this map is included. Yep, this map gives us a visual understanding of William Becknell's travels on the Santa Fe Trail. I'm sure it looks much different today, boys and girls, but we need to focus on this map because it's going to help us really understand the story. Today we're reading William Becknell and the Santa Fe Trail by Joy Adams. William Becknell was a trader and trapper. He was born in Virginia in the late 1700s. As a young man, Becknell moved to Missouri in 1810. Boys and girls, this is a good time to underline 1810. In Missouri, Becknell traded salt. His business wasn't very successful. So, in the summer of 1821, he planned a trip west. We have another date. Traveling on horseback, Becknell and his group hoped to trade horses and mules and trap animals. When the party started their trip, Spain owned New Mexico. The Spanish didn't allow traders from the United States to sell their goods there. As the party made its way, however, the Spanish lost control of New Mexico. Becknell heard this news and changed his plans. He headed straight to Santa Fe. There, they traded their goods for silver dollars. About a year later, in May 1822, boys and girls, we have another date there to underline. Becknell and his wagons left Missouri once again. This time, Becknell followed a dangerous route. First, there's our signal word. He followed the Arkansas River to what is today Dodge City, Kansas. Then, there's a signal word. He traveled southwest to the Cimarron River. The party ran out of water and almost died, but Becknell pushed them onto the river. Finally, another signal word. They reached Santa Fe. They had blazed a new trail. Paragraph 5. Becknell's route became known as the Santa Fe Trail. In 1825, there's an important date, it was marked as the main route to the Southwest. This route was important to the growth of the United States. Let's look at our close reader habits. What route did Becknell follow on his second trip to Santa Fe? Number the places where he stopped. The numbers should show the order in which he reached them. Boys and girls, if you'll notice, our first number will be in paragraph 4. First, he followed the Arkansas River to what is today Dodge City, Kansas. Underline, first, he followed the Arkansas River to what is today Dodge City, Kansas. Put a tiny 1 beside that first thing. Then, that's signifying that this is the second thing to happen. He traveled southwest to Cimarron River. Put a tiny 2 beside that one. Finally, they reached Santa Fe. Put a tiny 3 beside that sentence. That would be the order in which his route took place. Now let's look at page 43. Let's think about the questions here. When two events are near each other in a sequence, think about how they may be related. Boys and girls, you'll notice in question number 1, it has 2 parts. Answer part A, then answer part B. Part A, what important event happened soon after Becknell set off on his trip to the West? A, Becknell decided to trade horses instead of salt. B, traders were told they couldn't go to Santa Fe. C, the Spanish lost their power in New Mexico. Or D, Becknell's group ran out of water and almost died. What important event happened soon after Becknell set off on his trip to the West? Circle the answer that you think is correct. Part B. Underline the sentence in this paragraph that supports your choice in Part A. Boys and girls, whatever it is that you chose as the correct answer in Part A has a support sentence in Part B. When the party started their trip, Spain owned New Mexico. The Spanish didn't allow traders from the United States to sell their goods there. As the party made its way, however, the Spanish lost control of New Mexico. Becknell heard this news and changed his plans. He headed straight to Santa Fe. There, they traded their goods for silver dollars. Boys and girls, they are giving you a clue in Part B to help you know what the answer is in Part A. Go back and look at your answer choices. If you do not see any parts of the sentence in your answer choices for Part A in the paragraph for Part B, then you will know that whatever those answer choices are cannot be correct. They are giving you major clues using Part B so that you can answer Part A. Look carefully and use your best thinking to figure out the answer for Part A and which sentence will support that answer in Part B. Let's look at the talk section. Use your sequence words to describe the events of the journey. Discuss with someone in your home who is helping you today. Discuss the second trip to Santa Fe. Use sequence words to describe the events of that journey. And now for our exit ticket for today, boys and girls. It is a short response. Look at the last paragraph written in the story today. Look at the last paragraph. What did Becknell's new trail help do? Describe Becknell's second trip to Santa Fe. Why was this an important historical event? Use the link below this video to answer the question. Describe Becknell's second trip to Santa Fe. Why was this an important historical event? Remember to use evidence from the article to help you answer this question. Thank you for your attention today, boys and girls. Remember to click on the link below in order to answer the exit ticket questions for today. See you tomorrow for Lesson 4 in Week 2. Thank you. Goodbye.